Yo, I'm Nathan. I'm the vocalist of Inretrospect, and this is gonna be cool.
There we
Yeah,
go. Well, thank you for coming on, Nathan. He's all the way over from the UK, so I appreciate him staying up a little later and getting this done. But the first question I have for you, Nate, is how did you start out the band? How did you get all your members? How did in retrospect form, pretty much?
so the band in retrospect were a band before I joined with a previous lineup,
Okay.
um, and the previous band that I was in ended up gigging with the guys in retrospect from where they're from, and then once they were sort of parting ways with the vocalist, they asked me and said, "Have you ever thought about being a vocalist?" At that time, I was a guitarist, so I'd never really thought about it. I'd done sort of backing vocals and things like that, so I said, "Oh, well, we'll give it a go." Yeah. Ended up in a practice room with them. Screamed for about 15, 20 minutes until I blew my voice out. Terrible idea. Give it a go for a few more months, and then we started to get into it. And then we tried giving it a good go in the first year,
Mhm.
and then down pretty much happened after we released the first single, which was a bit of a pain in the ass because we'd done everything we can to try and get it going, and then like so many people, crash bang, there's your lockdown, there's your COVID, dude. In
Uh,
so we've tried to get through that, and then the previous drummer we had, I mean, it wasn't bad ways parting. It just I don't
sure,
think it was
sure.
working between us and him. And then I brought in the drummer from my old band, which is Jerome, and yeah, we kind of hit it off pretty well from there. We just spent lockdown trying to get to know each other properly and
Sure.
sort of spending more time on, especially me with vocals, man. Like I said, the first time I went to the practice room, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. So I spent lockdown just trying to see if I could scream or learn how to scream. I spent lockdown in my other half dad's shed screaming, which was kind of cool. I don't think the neighbors liked it, but
Yeah. That's fair, but that's really cool. Like, and if you had told me you weren't a vocalist before this point, I wouldn't have believed you because I had just got done listening to Safe Haven a couple different times, and while I was waiting, and I was like, if he told me he was not a vocalist before this point, I would have, and you had blown your voice out, I would have never believed that because the screams are on point, the clean vocals are on point. So I mean, for me, you fooled me. So I feel like you can fool a lot of people.
no, yeah, it was kind of I think it was a blessing in disguise having the whole lockdown. Obviously not for a lot of bands, but for a
Sure.
band that was
Yeah.
starting up, we didn't really have anything to lose at that point. So the only thing we could really do was we either sit back and do nothing, or we start to prepare and try and get something ready for when it's all over. And then knowing that touring was going to come, and if I couldn't do half an hour screaming in a practice room, how am I going to do 6, 7 days?
Fair enough.
So
Yeah.
doing a show every night, it just wasn't going to happen. So yeah, just like I say, most of that when I was off work was just dedicated to try and learn how to scream.
hmm
Uh, I kind of I sang before in bands, like doing sort of choruses or backing
Yeah.
vocals and things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, it was just again trying to figure out what I can and can't do, and then the things that I can't do, learn to do them. In there, it's getting there.
You're. I feel like you're putting the time in for sure. Like, because I even went back and listened to. I like subscribe to the YouTube channel. I know the vibe. So I went to go check out the other stuff, and I was like, some of the first songs. I was like, okay, they're solid. They're solid. And then obviously you guys, as of recording this, have just released Safe Haven, and I went to listen to that just before, and I was like, holy shit, like these guys, like you definitely took it up a notch, like in terms of like sound. And I was like, okay, okay. I was like, so I'm excited to hear the rest of what you guys have going on. I know that according to the email that I got, that you guys have an EP coming out very soon. And so I'm excited to see the full culmination of everything. um you know Obviously, how does it feel, Nathan, for like the album to be like on its way, like the EP to be on its way? I'm sure you guys must be pretty stoked on that.
Oh man, like so because we hit COVID, we recorded the first song that released Sunset,
Mhm.
and after that we went back in to the studio to record what was going to be the first EP then.
Mhm.
And then we recorded that, and then UK went back into another lockdown. And this was the point where we thought, hang on a minute, we don't know what to do with this yet. So we either release it all as one, or we try and scatter it, so we've still got something to put out
Sure.
rather
Yeah.
than going completely quiet. So over the process of putting those out, obviously we were all, like I say, learning more about each other, learning to work together, better in what we do.
Yeah.
Stuff we were writing, we felt was tons better than what we were putting out currently. So that crossover stage, it was kind of annoying because you're putting something out, you're
Sure.
like, yeah, this isn't what we should be putting out at all. You know? So we got all that out, and then when we were finally ready to go and record the EP, we just started working with James Ilsley at Saviour, which what a guy he's been so
Shouts
far.
to
Like,
James.
yeah, man, we've tried to work with management in the past, and nothing's really clicked like it clicked with James. To be fair, he's the only guy that I know who will literally message us 5 times a day to make sure we've got our ass in the gear doing something.
I see the email, so I know for a fact he's following up. So
Oh, hell yeah,
big shout outs to James. He's great. Love him.
yeah, no, he's been a godsend with it so far. So yeah, when we were ready to put these out, once the first song Substrate came out, it was such a breath of fresh air because we thought finally we're getting that we feel is where we're at the moment. Which yeah, so far it's been ace. Like the reaction we've got from it, and we had Nick Nocturnal and check
Yeah.
out Dave Haven and yesterday, and then start commenting on our stuff. So it's got to be going somewhere. I mean, that's insane.
That's always a good thing. Getting Nick Nocturnal on it, I feel like, is always like, always the move within the metalcore scene. If you know you have like some sort of reaction video from him, like that, you got something good going. So kudos to that. That's awesome. But
I was sat in the chair like, oh my god, Nick!
I watch your videos. Oh my god! Yeah,
He's gonna think I'm such a weirdo if he watches this. Oh.
Nah, I feel like I would have the same reaction if he like somehow like watched one of my interviews and was like, "Oh my god, like I didn't know about that." I probably would be freaking out too. But Nick, if you want to come on, listen, doors open.
It's expressions, man, like little things like that. It kind of makes you feel like you're doing something right.
Certainly, yeah.
I mean, the streams are getting up there, like they are getting there, and your views on YouTube and whatnot. But it's when we play like different cities. I mean, our guitarist tonight has gone down to Southampton to watch a band.
Oh, very
and
cool.
bearing in mind we are miles and miles and miles away from Southampton, and he took a photo saying that guy's wearing our t-shirt. So little stuff like that, like that's cool as hell.
That's awesome.
Which it kind of feels like what we've sort of pushed to try do, and what we've been waiting to get out for ages, where we feel like it's something that's going to hopefully get us to the next point, is slowly helping us make a move. Other things, so it's getting there.
Yeah, no, I certainly agree. I no joke, I probably will listen to Safe Haven and a few more times after we're done with this interview. But I was like so blown away because I listened to some of the earlier stuff, the stuff that was going to be released, and then listening to Safe Haven and just kind of kind of like audibly visualizing your journey and how you guys are going to be going further. I'm excited. I think I definitely feel like you got something going on here that, like, especially in terms of like the vocal energy. Like, I love the screams. I think the screaming's on point. Like, definitely step up from like Substrate and In Violence that I listened to. I was like, man, Safe Haven on point. But then the clean vocals, I think that's what really got me, because I feel like within the metalcore scene, there's like a lot of like artists that hit that kind of like mid to high range, and for you're hitting kind of that low to like mid range super well. And I was like, okay, he's doing something different with the cleans. I can like that can help me differentiate more with like in retrospect in terms of other metalcore bands. Which again, if you have the high to mid range, that's totally cool. But like, it's always a breath of fresh air when you hear something a little bit different, a little bit more atmospheric and stuff. So
we tried like so many bands in our scene, like the bands that are doing so well sound insane, but I didn't want to do the clean vocals like they're doing it because it'll just end up sounding the same as what's on the scene at the moment. I listen to a lot of what I call dad rock, So Blackstone Cherry, Seether, that sort of thing. So yeah, man. So listening to that them sort of vocals, I try and put into what we're doing, which is a little bit different,
Fair
but
enough. Yeah.
it's the lower tone, the gritty sort of yeah sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Exactly. You got the yeah like that vote. Oh man,
Yeah,
it's on
man.
point. It's so good.
Big boots, hair stripped back sort of thing.
Pretty much. That's like I was like, man, he's kind of going into he's kind of going into like the James Hetfield kind of like
Yeah,
the
man.
like growl, you know, and I respect that because that's something you don't hear too often. So I had to point that out. So guys, I'll leave all the links to all of the songs in the description. Go check out In Retrospect. But the next question I have for you, Nathan, is who are you guys influenced by collectively? I'm sure you can speak about that, but who influenced you early on, and who influences your style more currently now?
I mean, to be fair, like all of us tend to have different influences coming in.
Fair enough.
So, I mean, one of our guitarists, Jerome, he's very influenced by sort of R&B and then old metalcore, like your Killswitch Engage,
Okay.
Betraying the Mark, that sort of thing. And then you've got James, our other guitarist, who's probably I'd say very influenced by the gent sort of scene,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, Polyphia style bands, that sort of thing. We've got a drummer who will just listen to anything,
Yeah.
anything
That's
at all.
good. That's good. That's what you want.
Yeah, man, and he'd love it. Same with the bassist, to be fair. But to be fair, I'll say that he's into some weird bands. Is our bassist some weird bands? He'll put them in the chat. He'll listen back to this and he'll call me a dick. But he'll put them in the chat, and you just think, "What are you listening? What is that? What a load of rubbish!" But again, what he brings to it from listening to that is insane. He's probably one of the best bassists that I've had. Well, to the privilege of working with, but he is ridiculous. I can't fault him at all. Yeah. And then, like I say, me, it's a bit of everything. So, like I say, your Dad Rock side, your Blackstone Cherry, Seether, that sort of thing. And then the lower range vocals. So, your Jamie Graham, like Viscera or
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Wage War, that sort of thing. Which, yeah, that tends to be the way I throw myself into music a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like you guys, if I had to kind of, if I went up to someone on the street and I was like, check out this band, they kind of sound like these three bands. I was thinking Era, definitely. You got that, like,
Yeah.
you know, the guitar riffs, very
Oh, yeah.
Era inspired, so I respect that. I'm trying to think who else I would kind of put it in that spot. Probably like, I'd probably go with like, almost like a Danny Warsnop, like, you know, Asking Alexandria kind of sound, you know, especially vocally. Okay, like bear with me, you know. So I feel like especially more current, you know, Asking, you kind of have that like that grit, like, you know, I was talking about earlier with the James Hetfield shit, you know. So
You were going down like the gritty route. I remember seeing them when I was 15 years old,
same,
and
yeah.
Crown the Empire and The Ghost Inside
Woo.
were on the and I'd heard of Crown the Empire, but I'd never heard of The Ghost Inside. And after that, I fell in love instantly. And since then, like Danny's vocals have just got, like you say, more and more dad rocky sort of
Yeah.
thing. Who did he join in? He joined another band, didn't he? After he left Asking for a little bit, but I can't remember what they were called.
Uh, I think it was. It was. We Are Harlots.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah.
that was very like catchy dad rocky sort of.
Yeah.
He's always heading that way, but again, his vocal range. A lot of people don't like him, but his vocal range is very, very good.
I would agree. Yeah, 100%. So you got that Danny Warsnob kind of like, you know, dad rock vibe there, and then the last one to round it out. Who would I throw in that mix? I feel like you guys got kind of like that little Tesseract kind of like, you know, etherealness, you know? So those would be my three. If someone came up to me was super into metal and I'd say these are the three bands that I feel like you guys kind of like, if there was those three bands had a baby, that you guys would be that baby.
I think James Monteith from Tesseract is an absolute genius. So yeah, we'll take that 100%.
All right. Next question, Nathan. Who are you listening to currently? What's on your Spotify? What are you listening to on a daily basis right now?
Oh, dude, should we get the Spotify out? Should we
Oh,
find
you
out?
got it. You got it.
Hell yeah. So currently, I've got the album House of Gold and Bones Part 1 by Stone Sour.
Oh, all right. All right.
Hell yeah. Death Blooms.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
We played with Death Blooms a couple of times and they just get better and better every time we see them. It's insane. Who else you got on here? Oh, Upon a Burning Body, man.
Ooh, okay. Their new album, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, man. What else? Oh, Alter Bridge.
Ooh, okay. I didn't mention them, but that was another one I was thinking about.
If I could get a voice like Miles Kennedy, then I'd have made it. Let's try and find a weird one. Weird one. Oh, MB and General Levy. So we're talking jungle.
Wow. All right. All right. Wow.
Honestly, it's all sorts. I used to kind of stick to your heavy metal and any other music was rubbish and so and then anything that sounds good or is very well produced, then I'm all for it.
There we
Uh,
go.
but yeah, no, I've listened to a lot of Stone Sour recently, a hell of a lot.
There we go. Well, we're gonna be expecting some like Corey Taylor goodness on the up and coming in retrospect stuff.
As long as it's not like motherfucking Corey Taylor, whatever he did. Oh.
Oh, there we go. Next question, Nathan. Another fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover.
Ooh. Oh God, that's a question, isn't it? I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
Hell yeah, like all the way. If we could
Okay.
do something like that, I'm so in for that.
You could get
That's
a little
different.
riffy. You get a little riff on, you know? Okay, okay. All right. I could get down with that. All right. I want, you know, I'm gonna hold you to that. I think that one I feel like you guys could do it. Like you could do it. I have faith. I have faith that you guys could just tear the roof off of that cover.
I think from that, after if they listen to this part, then I'm completely losing my position as vocalist in that. 100%.
Listen, you're the one who's on here, so this is the answer that I'm taking, you know? So there we go. Guys, if you want to hear that sick Backstreet Boy cover, or you want to hear another cover, please drop them in the comments. I'm sure in retrospect they're gonna go check them out. Who knows? They might wind up covering it. So, next question, Nathan. Another fun one. What is your favorite food to eat? What's your go-to?
Ooh. Where do? Oh man, like, oh, oh, you struck me on that one. Damn. Prawn cocktail Walker's crisps.
Oh, okay, all right.
Got to be the one. Like, I'm just trying to think. If I walk into a shop, what's the food that I walk out with most? And it's got to be prawn cocktail Walker's crisps.
I'll have to see. I don't think there's gonna be anything in the States that would be close. Feel like I'd have to go over to the UK and get that shit. You know.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a fair point. That, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I listen. It gave me an opportunity to go, you know, go take audio addiction abroad, and I'm totally cool with that. So maybe that will be the next food excursion I'll take. But I like that. I like that. Next question, Nathan. If you guys could pick somebody to collaborate with, whether it be a guest feature on an up and coming in retrospect record or a producer you'd like to work with in the future, who would it be?
Oh, that's a very good question because we were only talking about sort of like guest vocalists.
Oh, all right, all right.
Or potentially something coming before the end of the year, and we were going through who we would think that would sit well on a track, but something that was a little bit different to what we're doing. So there's a band called As Everything Unfolds.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So Charlie Rolfe from As Everything Unfolds.
Ooh.
If we get on track, it's something different. Like it's not something that's expected as such. So yeah, definitely Charlie Rolfe.
Oh, all right. Well, guys, if you want to hear Charlie feature on an In Retrospect track, you know, you go on Twitter, you type in Retrospect on Twitter, because I'm pretty sure they're on Twitter. If I, you know, the knowledge serves me correct, you tag As Everything Unfolds, type in collab ? You know, listen, I'm not I'm not too familiar with legal stuff, but I feel like that might be a legally binding contract on the internet. So, just want to
Um,
put that out there. So if you guys want to make it happen, go on Twitter, retweet that, share it, whatever. Go do your thing, and who knows? Maybe they might wind up doing a cover together.
Definitely legally binding contract, 100%. 100%.
There we go.
Sign it as long as it's got somewhere. It's done and dusted.
There we go. So if you want to make that happen, you already know what to do. So next question, Nathan. Obviously, you're a vocalist, but if there was another musical instrument you could master, what would it be?
So I used to be a guitarist.
Oh, okay, cool.
Playing guitar anyway, but I'd 100% love to be able to play the drums.
Ooh, all right, all right.
I'd love to. I mean, I've jumped on the back of Gmo's kit a couple of times in practice. And yeah, he makes it look so easy. No, yeah, just not a chance.
No. He's like, that's why I'm the drummer of this band. So, just want to say that. I feel that as also a guitar player myself, I would absolutely love to play drums. I feel like that, I feel like I play a mean air drum, but I'd love to transfer that talent to like the kit,
Yeah, I can make it look like I know what I'm doing without a kit. But
exactly.
Yeah,
when you're sitting in traffic and then you're doing the the simple hits and stuff, and people think you're like on some sort of drugs or whatever, So I feel that. So I like that. I'm glad we can share that moment here, Nathan. But the next question I have for you is my personal favorite because I'm a nerd, so I love to ask it. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
Master Chief.
Ooh, that was lightning.
I've already thought about this, man. Like, 100%, I'd love to be in. Like, Halo was like my game growing up.
Oh, yeah.
And it still is my game. So, yeah, Master Chief all the way. No question about it.
Ooh, I like that. That was right out the gate. That's how I knew you were a gamer. You just hit me with the Master Chief answer. Classic. Love it. For keeping it the same as what I've been giving the answer of, I would love to be the Pokemon trainer from Gold and Silver. That is my childhood game. I absolutely love Pokemon, so I feel like that's my answer. I have to go with that one. I have a ton of Pokemon figures all over my office here, so gotta keep in the lane of Pokemon. But if not, I feel like I obviously have my photo of Legend of Zelda here, so that would be a great runner-up. I feel, so I don't know, but Master Chief's great. Do you have a favorite game of that series?
I'd probably say Halo. I'm gonna go.
That's tough. It is tough. Yeah.
Yeah, that is tough. Two or three, I think.
Okay. All right.
Don't get me wrong. I'll new ones, but two or three, I'd probably say. I think three because it was sort of the first one that was on the Xbox above the first Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the story mode on three was very, very good. Two because the whole story around the flood was very, very good. Yeah, two or three. I don't know which one I pick out.
Ooh, that's tough. I mean, I feel like 3 was just so memorable because of just online and just the Xbox Live where people would just be saying the worst shit they can through a terrible microphone. That's what brings back those memories for me. So I feel like that one. I feel like that one strikes a point, but the new one's great too. So I gotta give a shout out to Infinite. It's been pretty fun. I haven't played the story mode yet because I'm not willing to pay money to go play a story mode. But the online, chef's kiss. It's been on point. So, but next question, Nathan. Getting back to the music related stuff. If you were to compile a dream tour lineup, and that includes In Retrospect, who would you have on the tour?
A dream tour lineup. Dream tour. So if it was going to be 4 bands, which is so unrealistic, but you said it was a dream, didn't you? So I'd probably say Polaris.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Okay.
I'd put Polaris on there, and then I'd put Bury Tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Shouts to the UK. They're great. They're
Yeah.
fantastic. All right, all
And,
right.
and then one more band. One more band.
Two more.
Oh, two. Oh, we're on a five-band bill.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's go. We're going all out.
Right, in that case, another UK band, While She Sleeps.
Ooh, nice. They just were here in the States. Shouts to them. They're
Yeah.
great.
And then one more band. I'd probably say,
This is a
probably say
stack.
North Lane. So
Nice.
Polaris, North Lane, While She Sleeps, and Bury Tomorrow.
Yeah, this
I'm,
is
I'd put Bury Tomorrow's opening. Obviously, I put Bury Tomorrow.
that would be nuts. I would pay very good money to go see that. That would be great. I mean, I'm already stoked that I'm gonna see North Lane in August. They're doing like a headliner here in the States, so I'm very excited.
That is insane, that
That
lineup.
oh, the lineup is so good. I'm so hyped about it. And then I was talking to one of my buddies because we went to go see Loathe because they did like a headliner in Philadelphia, and I was like, I bet you Loathe's gonna be on that North Lane tour, and he's like, are you sure? He's like, are you sure you think it's gonna be them? And I was like, I have a good feeling it's gonna be them. And then like probably a few days, I think it was like about a week later when they announced, they're like, yeah, we're coming back to the States. We're gonna be on the North Lane tour. I was like, listen, I'm not saying I'm a psychic by any means, but I mean, I know how to put a tour together, and I know that if they weren't on that tour, I'd be very surprised. So
They've done so well. I mean, so in the band I was in before, when I was younger, called Galleries, to record with Loads guitarist Eric.
Oh, that's awesome. Eric's a
Yeah,
sweetheart.
yeah. So he at that point, like it was a bit surreal because they were getting calls from like the management of Miss May I asking if they can use the gear in a different country and things like that. So we were kind of looking at that point thinking, yeah, you get in there. And then our first show, Loads, and just seeing what they were doing on a live show and what they were doing in general was ridiculous. So you could see from the start that that was going to be something ridiculous. And then some of the shows and tours they've been coming out with have just been insane.
Yeah, I think they're like,
insane.
I'm pretty sure they're, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they're supporting Glassjaw in the UK, I believe. I'm not mistaken. I think that if my knowledge is right, I think that's it. But they're nuts. I love seeing them every time I get a chance to see them live. I drop everything in my life to go see them. So I'm very excited to go see them again in August. But anyway, next question, Nathan. Speaking on that kind of a wavelength, in your opinion, who puts on a great live performance in terms of the bands you've seen?
Good question. Ooh, let's think. I'm just trying to think of the bands that I've seen that. So, God, that is a good question. I'm going on Bury Tomorrow again.
Oh,
I've
all right, all right.
Bury Tomorrow a few times, and they've never disappointed when I've seen them live. Ever disappointed. But then saying that, I'll go back again While She Sleeps.
Yes, yeah.
He's probably one of the best frontmans live I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's been killing it. I'm so glad that they're like starting to get a lot more popular here in the States. I feel like with most like UK bands, it like takes them a while for like the people to like within the United States. I can't speak collectively, but I would imagine it takes a while for people to kind of get like warmed up to UK bands where I'm like already on that wave. So I'm like, yo, like whenever a UK band or like international bands on like a really like cool American tour, I'm like, oh, you already know I'm already on that wave. I already love them. It was kind of similarly to like I saw like Don Broco open up for like a tour in the States, and that no one cared about them, and I was like, yo, they are fucking killing it. They're great. And then I like talked to some of my UK friends, and they're like, oh yeah, they're just playing like huge festivals, like they play like massive rooms, and they're like big over here. And I was like, it just blows my mind because I'm like, this band is like doing like stadium tours in the UK, but then when they come here, they're doing like a small like club show or something like that. It's just, it blows my mind.
So I've got like sort of, well, not secret, but like a bit of a guilty pleasure, and that's with a band called Ice Nine Kills.
They're
Yeah,
great.
so Ice Nine Kills, like growing up, were a very very heavy metalcore influence.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember them coming to the UK, and they were playing in Manchester at a place called Satan's Hollow. And knowing how big they were, I didn't understand why they were playing Satan's Hollow in the UK. And we turned up, and there must have been what 60 people there, 60, 70 people. I know. So that was insane because I thought a band this big has got 60 people. Seen them in the UK, like what's going on? And then I think a couple of years later, they were back playing like Slam Dunk Festival and things
Oh,
like that.
nice.
So yeah, they boosted up completely. But what a band! Yeah, what a
They're
band they
they're
are.
awesome. Funnily enough, I think there's another band I had on the channel. They're called Enox. They actually recorded with Ricky, who obviously is a part of Ice Nine Kills and stuff. So like I'm hoping to have him on at some point in the future. Ricky, if you're watching this, I'd love to have you on. But he's great, and just what they're doing right now is awesome. I really enjoyed their last record. I'm not like big into the whole horror thing, but like just their like the way that they kind of like put their songs together and stuff, and just the arrangement of everything is just like
Yeah,
on another level. So I gotta give them props. Ice Nine Kills are all, they're just fantastic. So big shouts to them.
yeah. Such talented musicians. Like the music, the instrumental behind it is just insane. But then saying that Spencer's vocal range is just
Oh, he's
again,
nuts too.
yeah, very short though. Like, I didn't realize he was that short. Like I remember him. I mean, I'm 6'2", so I'm quite
Oh,
a big
okay,
guy.
so I'm probably like I'm 5'8", so I'm probably gonna look like this if we ever meet.
I got a picture with Spencer and thought the little guy literally comes up to my shoulder. Like this is insane.
That's probably what's gonna happen to me, honestly. So I'm probably gonna feel the same way.
But yeah, no, but yeah, very good band. Yeah, very good band.
There we go. Next question, Nathan. Favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Oh my god. Oh, favorite movie. I've got two. Like, can I say
Okay,
two or is that?
yeah, go on ahead. I'll give you two. We're good friends now, so I feel like I can give you a little lenience.
There we go. There we go. So one's more of a film series, which is Jurassic Park,
Oh, nice. All right, all right.
and
Fair enough.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Oh, that's a classic. Love that. I'm sure. I don't know. I watched the trailer for the newest Jurassic Park movie they're gonna be releasing, and I'm like, okay. I didn't really like the Chris Pratt stuff, but then you brought back some of the old characters in the trailer, and I'm
Yeah,
like, all right. So you trying to like rope me back in a little bit, because you might, because I was like Jurassic Park 3 was great. I loved all like the first three trilogy of movies. So fingers crossed this one's gonna be good. I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
it drops in the UK in June. So
Ooh, you're gonna be ready. Midnight release. I know you. I know you. You're gonna go to it.
Resident Evil, the new Resident Evil came out over here like what few months ago, and we booked tickets to go see it like the night it came out.
That's
No,
awesome.
there was no way I was seeing what happened in that movie on the internet the day after. Not a chance. Oh.
And then what's your TV show, Nathan?
So TV show because I'm binge watching all of it at the moment is a show called Castle.
Okay, is it a UK show?
Uh, no, it's an American show.
Oh, interesting. All right,
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out then.
He's a crime writer who starts working with
Okay. I know this show. Yeah, it's
yeah,
who plays him? Nathan Fillion. I think he's the actor. I believe he's the actor for that plays Castle. If I'm not, listen, I'm pretty solid with TV shows. No, it's not him.
no, it's so when it comes to names, I ain't a clue. Yeah, Nathan Fillion. Yeah, man.
Okay, cool. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, I fucked up. I would have had to cut that out. All the Castle fans would have been on this shit.
No, it's very good. Yeah, it's very good.
All right, all right. I wouldn't have. You see, I wouldn't have picked you for the horror, but then you said Ice Nine Kills, and I was like, okay, he must enjoy horror and then you said Resident Evil, and I was like, all right, well, I'm picturing it. I have the full gambit right now. So, all right,
Yeah,
we vibe
horror.
with that.
Yeah, kind of horror. Yeah.
There we go, Nathan. The next question I have for you if you were trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one record you could bring with you to listen to, what would it be?
Ooh, again. One record. Um, probably. All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us, Architects.
Ooh, wow, that's a good one. All right.
Yeah, I'd take that with me. Yeah,
All right,
100%.
all right, all right, all right. I can get down with that. I like that answer. All right, I can vibe with that. Let's go. Let's go. Next question, Nathan. The last one. I've been asking a lot of my current interviewees this, so I figured I'd pass this one off to you as well. For people who have made it to the end watching this, much love. I appreciate you guys. Go check out In Retrospect, obviously. But if people needed a final way to like get that final push to go check out your music, what do you want people to take away from In Retrospect? I mean, I feel like from a lyrical aspect, but also musically as well. What do you want people to take away from your band?
Lyric writing especially, we try and touch on a lot of touchy subjects.
Sure.
Sort of people don't really like talking about. So we try and embrace it, and then we want people to listen to it and feel like they can talk about, the subjects that aren't necessarily something that you want to talk about all the time. That's kind of what we're striving to do, and we're trying as much as possible to be something different, which is kind of getting there. And then the demos that have been writing at the moment, again, sort of reaching something different again, which is something that hopefully people haven't heard before. But yeah, if it's hard metalcore that people are into, then 100%. Like, I don't even know why you haven't checked it out. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
You're
it
right.
should be
You're
the.
right. Why are
No,
you even watching this interview? No, I'm kidding.
no, we just try and be as real as possible. Like, sort of everything we do, it's us. It's not going to be some sort of act you put on. I mean, if people
Sure.
drop these into message box, you're going to get reply within the next sort of few hours, sort of thing. So we're a band who are trying to get there, but bring everyone with us.
Yeah, sure.
Makes sense.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
There we go. Well, guys, again, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm gonna. Please go check out In Retrospect. Fantastic, like metalcore band from the UK. They're really doing some interesting stuff. If you're part dad rock, part metalcore, part prog, then this is the trifecta here. And they're really killing it. Check out Safe Haven. I'll leave a link below to go listen to that. Want to give a shout out. I know we did earlier, but we're gonna do it again. Massive shout out to James. He's the boy. Love that guy. He's the man. Go check him out. But guys, go check out In Retrospect. All of the links will be below to go follow them on social media. Be on the lookout for new music coming out very soon. They just released a new track, Safe Haven. Keep plugging it, because it's gonna. Look, Nick Nocturnal checked it out. I don't feel like I have to speak anymore on that. Like, that should be your selling point to go check out this band. I mean, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. So go check them out. And if you enjoy this interview, share, like, subscribe. It goes a long way. I just feel like I hate saying that, but listen, if you guys check it out and you subscribe, and we hit like 100,000, then I'll probably just stop asking for it, because I know people will just come through the doors. So I appreciate it. But huge thanks to Nathan for coming on, chatting, doing all this shit, and again, go check out In Retrospect.
Woo. Thank you very much, man.